We live in a beautiful city, full of history, a history that hasn't always been easy, but we have always moved forward.
Full of promise, the promise of hard work winning every day, and a future that is ours to make.
Filled with people who truly care about each other and who work hard and laugh easily.
Join us as we explore this place we call home. Explore Tulsa.
Well, it's that time again. Time to take a look around Tulsa and see what's happening.
Thanks for joining us for another week. Austin, I'm thankful for a lot of things, and this has been a great week of just enjoying friends and family.
I love Thanksgiving, and I may have eaten a little too much, but it only happens once a year, so I just relax and enjoy.
Which brings us to our first story this week. We met a woman who has 8 grilling stations in her backyard, with much more inside, and she's not even a chef.
I wouldn't go as far as to calling Shannon not a chef. She just doesn't cook at a restaurant.
That's the truth. She cooks all over the world, and her passion is to share her skills with people everywhere she goes.
I started out sewing. Sewing was my absolute passion since I was a little girl. And I got a degree at college in home economics. And my home economics teacher was probably the biggest influence on me as far as what I wanted to do as a career. But I never knew that I would use home economics every day of my life. And I always wanted to be a teacher, but it really didn't work out to be a school teacher because I had a sewing business for 12 years. Sewing was really, really hard for me. It was hard on my body, and it was a struggle. So I started taking cooking classes. And while I was doing that, I got a job with Tulsa Neighborhood Networks here in Tulsa and started teaching underprivileged children how to cook. At the same time, I was going to the Madonna House downtown and teaching those women how to cook. I did that for about 6 years, once a month. But during all that time, I was taking classes here in Tulsa. And I went through a professional chef program at the Savory Chef, which is no longer in business. But they really helped change my life. I was there for about 6 years, and I was taking all of their professional classes and then also teaching. Started traveling a lot with my husband abroad, and I felt like as much as we were traveling, I needed to be learning something while I was there, and as much as I was enjoying cooking, I thought I'm going to try to take cooking lessons everywhere I go, and that's what I did. I will often email a chef in a restaurant and just tell them who I am and say, can I come cook with you for a few hours and just teach me something you make in your restaurant? And I've never been refused. I've been making jewelry and collecting beads for probably 20 years. And so that's another thing I do when I travel, is I look for unique beads and trinkets and even vintage jewelry that was made in that country, and I take it apart and make my own jewelry out of that. And I have one show a year in Tulsa where I present all of it. I have usually around 250 pieces for that show. But I also give a lot of it away. I give it as gifts, and I give the profits from my show to a charity. And in the past, it's always been a charity abroad for microfinance programs, which is something I'm very passionate about. I think I'm a food artist too. After all these years of cooking and working with food and learning around the world from all different people and chefs and non-chefs and home cooks, I'm able to come home and create my own recipes. I share all of my recipes. I teach cooking classes here in Tulsa, and I've done that for 18 years. I teach in my home. I enjoy helping people cook because I know that it's kind of a lost art. Not everyone has the time or the desire to cook, and I understand that. But if I can help make it easier and fun, that's my whole purpose, is to help families enjoy food. I love teaching children how to cook, and young mothers and men. I have lots of men that come and cooking classes. That's a lot of what I'm doing is I just like to teach people that may not even have the opportunity to take one of my classes, because it costs a lot of money for me to teach here, and so people pay for that. But I also like to offer it to people that can't afford that, because it's just as important that they learn too. So that's when I like to give back, because I think I have talents and we are told to give away our talents.
I think I remember her saying something like she's been to 44 countries already. She and her husband Phil work to establish microfinancing projects all over the world, and that connects her to a lot of unique food.
Good for her. Shannon may not run a kitchen in a local restaurant, but she connects the dots with all the chefs around town and shares her heart around the world. Truly an amazing woman.
Well, it's break time for us, but don't go far. We're coming back to spread a little holiday cheer in a moment.
Like, parents have a thing, when it gets too quiet in the home, we're worried, you know what I mean? I don't like silence in the home because it just feels dead.
Silence, that just doesn't feel like a creative place to me.
Turning on music in your house is almost like turning on the lights in your house.
Music makes mundane stuff better. Silence is probably the enemy of a happy home.
Bring the music home on the corner of 71st and Lewis.
Hey, missed any of our previous shows or just want to revisit an old segment? Then swing by our YouTube channel to explore all things Tulsa. YouTube, the Explore Tulsa channel. Hey, thanks for coming back for more Explore Tulsa. Now, Austin, we just celebrated Thanksgiving, and now we set the focus on the next big one.
Another feast?
No, the next big celebration, silly. This one comes with the lights and hopefully snow, presents, and music. Lots and lots of music. We found 3 Tulsa musicians who are teaming up to present a concert to help you help others.
A concert to help you fall in love with Christmas all over again.
The saxophone became a passion for me. I just, I don't know. It's one of those things where I would hear it on the radio. I would ask my parents, what is that? What is that instrument? And it was the saxophone. And I loved playing it. In band, I started on the French horn. There were too many saxophonists. And my band director basically said, hey, why don't you play French horn? It sounds just like the saxophone. So I believed him, and that was totally not the case. I was not digging it at all, playing the French horn, and they allowed me to switch to saxophone. And I was last chair for a while because I was trying to catch up. My first record came out in '96, and I think I was 24, 25 at the time. So I've been doing it a long time, but I love it. The concert kind of came out of a couple of things. I did a Christmas record called Falling in Love with Christmas. We did a record that had an orchestra as part of it, which was a pretty big undertaking, and it was a really amazing experience to get to do that. So that in turn facilitated the need to perform live with an orchestra. So ALS Home Health Services came to me and wanted to put together a Christmas concert that would be a fundraiser for their organization, and I thought that was a great idea. I was familiar with the organization because of a lady in my church who had passed away from ALS, and they had been helpful to that family. When you have ALS, your body betrays you, and you're trapped in your body, and so it makes it very hard for that family to take care of that person. APSO comes in and helps that family deal with that, how to handle that, and help take care and facilitate that person who has ALS. The first one that we did was last year in Broken Arrow, and it did really well, and so the idea was to do it here in Tulsa at the PAC and make it bigger. And we've got Kelly Ford, Andy Chrisman, 30-piece orchestra, choir. So I think if people will come, I think it will absolutely put you in the Christmas spirit. You know, it's the only time you'll see the three of us perform together like this. Andy does what he does, and Kelly does what he does, and I do what I do, and this is a time where we all three come together to do this concert. And so it's unique in that you've got three individual artists that kind of come together collectively with these different arrangements and performing together. It really is Christmas. You're giving. When people come to the show, they think that hopefully they leave and get something out of it too, but they're actually giving something at the same time.
That looks like a lot of fun.
And sounds awesome. Not only a holiday celebration, but helping a great charity as well.
There's still a chance to get your tickets. The concert is next week, and it's time for you to get into the holiday spirit.
Go online now and reserve your seats while we take a short break.
We're coming right back with more Explore Tulsa.
Hi, Dr. Robert Zellner here. For over 20 years, I've offered affordable, convenient eye care in Tulsa. Right now, you can get one pair of glasses or contact lenses starting at just $99, or my two-pair deal for $129. Hey, and as always, the eye exam's included. Walk-ins are always welcome. Glasses are ready in about an hour. Plus, we have over 2,000 frames to choose from. We're open 7 days a week. Come see why we're voted Tulsa's best. And our drive-thru at 69th and Memorial makes pickup simple and easy. For the best eye care value in Tulsa, Dr. Robert Zellner and Associates.
Discover the benefits of making the right connections at Video Revolution. Connect with the expert staff who will take the time to understand and satisfy your technology needs. The installation staff will make it easy to maximize your new equipment for years of high-definition inspiration. Inspirational video and audio now with voice-driven built-in internet streaming apps. Connections, real live ones with people who know and care. Video Revolution on the northwest corner of 71st and Lewis.
Hey, have you visited our YouTube channel lately? Did you know that we have a custom playlist set up for you? Go to Playlist Family Fun and enjoy highlights of all the places and events that are enjoyable for all ages.
Hi, I'm Robert Johnson with Bold Growth Strategies, and you're watching Explore Tulsa.
Our next segment is a little throwback to yesteryear, a moment when time could just slow down and the guys would just hang out and talk about everything.
We found an old-time barbershop where you'll be treated just like family. But there are no bowl cuts here. These guys take their cuts seriously.
No appointments. Next open chair is yours, and you walk away looking a little sharper.
The original owner, Mark Ford, he moved in from Austin. Wanted to open a barbershop, walk in, cash only, old school style, 50s style barbershop. They opened at 29th and Harvard. So they got together and it just took off. Like it was just the two of them forever. And went through a couple guys until they met Chris, fresh out of barber school. And as the guy that used to own this shop, Chris had the touch. So, it just took off and grew from there. And it was there for just about 3 years until Mark decided he was done cutting hair, gonna go back to Austin to get back in the car business. And that's when our boss Lance came in and bought the shop and took over. And that was right around the time that I came into the shop. For me, it was, I've got a lot of family. I've got my great uncle Sid was a barber in Arkansas, and my uncle Dan always wanted to be a barber, and about 20 years ago or so, he gave up his life in the restaurant industry and went to barber school and started off in this little shop in Arkansas, in Siloam Springs, called Peachy's, and worked with him. And it was about 5 years after he'd been into it. I was out of school looking for something to do, and he was like, I love it. And so I went in and started cutting hair and had a love-hate relationship for a long time. And I did it here and there, off and on while I was going to college and this and that. And then about 5 years ago, my uncle called me and was like, I'm down a barber, I need somebody in Siloam Springs if you're not doing anything. And so I left, I was in between jobs in Oklahoma City and packed up and moved to Siloam and started cutting hair there, and I've been doing it ever since. It can be stressful, especially in a walk-in environment. You never know what's going to come in the door. You have to do everything. You've got to be well versed in every type of hairstyle, as opposed to, like, you know, appointment barbers, they can pick and choose kind of what they do and who they cut and this and that, whereas a walk-in shop, it's we're open this time, we close at this time, and as long as you're in the shop, we're going to cut your hair. And we have to be able to do, you know, everything from skin fades, pompadours, mullets, and flat tops. You know, we've got to do it all. So, and as well as shaving, and that whole thing kind of comes into play as well. You just have to be very well versed in every aspect of it, as opposed to just find your niche and stick to that. So that's why it can be very stressful and kind of difficult. The things that I love about it also drive me crazy about it. So, like, there are days where we'll sit around and do absolutely nothing, and you'll be just dead. And like by the end of the day, you've got like an hour and a half to go, and you're just tired. You want to go home because you haven't done anything. You've sat all day, and then you get slammed, and it's like, well, crap, now I'm going to be here well past close. But you know, it's part of the job. You got to get it done. It's atmosphere, experience. Once upon a time, it was a place where men came to just relax. It was like, you know, most people don't ever take that time to just sit down. Oh, it's going to be an hour wait. Well, enjoy yourself. We got cold drinks in the fridge. There's magazines. Join in a conversation. You know, everybody can hear everything that's going on in here. So you're just a part of the crowd. So it's just it's an experience thing. It's you know, a throwback to yesteryear. So when we get, you know, fathers bringing their sons in for their first haircut. We had a kid the other day that was brand new, never been in a barber shop. I cut his hair and he's looking at his dad like, "This is fun, Dad. This is great." And in the same breath, you get kids that sit in your chair that are like, freaking out and fighting you, and you just gotta kind of clamps their head and get it done the best you can. But it's about experience, and like the experience you get in the barber shop, and a good quality haircut from guys who know quality when they see it. You know, and you're gonna get that here, as opposed to a lot of places that are just in and out, turn and burn, or you know, there's one specific style and they're gonna do that regardless of what you ask. Like here, we're gonna give you whatever you ask for, to the best of our ability anyway.
That's my kind of place. Just a place for the guys to hang out and talk cars.
A little bit of a throwback environment with a whole lot of really cool hairstyling going on.
Thanks to John and the guys for spending time with us. We're back in a few moments, so don't go far. There's more Explore Tulsa just ahead.
The future has arrived. Video Revolution introduces Sony OLED Ultra 4K TV, the ultimate experience you've been waiting for. Sony HDR OLED TVs with color and detail so precise, you won't believe your eyes and ears. Watch the big game or your favorite movie. Immersed in vivid HDR color, deep black levels, lifelike detail, and crisp, clear sound which bursts from the built-in sub and speakers through the acoustic screen to dazzle your senses. Access content through thousands of apps from Amazon and Netflix to YouTube and more. With Sony's advanced voice search, you spend less time browsing and more time watching. And all images upscaled to 4K. Sony HDR OLED TV has arrived. Experience it now at Video Revolution, northwest corner of 71st and Lewis, and videorevolution.com.
Hey, thanks for tuning in. Are you a social media junkie? Then connect with us on Facebook and Instagram. Facebook at Explore Tulsa and Instagram at Explore_Tulsa. Thanks for coming back for more Explore Tulsa. We appreciate you taking the time to explore with us.
Hey Trish, it's time to start the yearly shopping craziness. I love the season, but not such a big fan of the hassle.
I hear you. So many presents to buy and so many places to go. Why not find a place that has pretty much everything under one roof?
We learned from one shop owner all about the market at Walnut Creek.
I was doing junior league shows for a number of years. I started those in probably 2000 and would travel to Oklahoma City, would do the Tulsa Junior League show, which was Operation Aware at that time, and just was sell Christmas. I've always loved decorating, and having access to the Dallas market is amazing because they have pretty much everything you ever wanted to, purchase there. And so started doing the shows and would travel to Kansas City, to Fort Worth, Little Rock, and finally ended up opening a store, which was for 2 years. Memorial, which was in business for 2 years. We opened when the stock market crashed in October 2008. So we did that for 2 years and then decided to come over to the market. Because the one thing I loved about the shows is you would be there only for a short amount of time and you'd have a number of people coming through. Here it's not quite the same, but you don't have to be here all the time. We have a great staff up front. There's so many fun people to talk to who are also doing things similar to yours. And it's great camaraderie here. We all have a lot of fun, made a lot of good friends here, and we can put out the merchandise, we price it, and then the front desk takes care of the purchases. Pretty much a full assortment of Christmas decor. Garlands, I probably stock 25 different garlands. And I love the fact that you can mix and match them. You don't have to just settle on one. We have ones that you can mix for your mantle, a lot of different stems and picks that you can put in also. All kinds of stems that are branches. I am looking for things that, first of all, are well made. I will stand in a showroom, and if I love a little tree or something like that and they have little bees, I'll start picking at them. And if they fall out, I don't want it because I know it's going to be a problem. So it needs to be well made. It needs to be different. It needs to be something that hopefully no one is going to see in Target or Walmart. But I also look for a good price point. And I try to buy in somewhat of a volume. So if I get a good deal, I can, pass it along. And people do say the prices are pretty good. Deer, in a way, are replacing snowmen, I think. The deer are becoming so much more popular. And I also look for a lot of neutrals because it seems like a lot of the house decor now, neutrals will fit in anywhere. And you can also extend it through January. When we lived in Ohio, I had a house that was orange carpet and navy wallpaper, not what we had put in there, but neutrals would have even fit in with that kind of decor. Where back then you'd try to make red and green work with that, and that's kind of impossible. Really, it's not about merchandise. People come and they want their house to look fabulous, and hopefully we are creating a look for their mantle or for their tree that will carry them through the holidays and that they will enjoy sharing with their family and friends. I love to be here when people are here and we can talk about different items to add to the mantle or to your tree or to a coffee table. And we play a lot, saying, do you like this done this way? Can we add something like this? And it is, people come back and they show me pictures. This is what I did with your things last year, and they get very excited or will call me and ask me, do you have an extra piece of this, or do you have something else that I can add to this arrangement or tree that we did last year? So there are a lot of people coming back to implement whatever they've started with a year or two ago. The market is an amazing place because it houses so many different gift and home accents and furnishing concepts under one roof. You can literally buy all of your Christmas decor here. You can buy unique art gifts for Christmas, from photography to homemade soaps to individual pieces of art. It's just an amazing place. You almost have to come and experience. There are over 70 retailers here, and you will find not what you find in a big box store. And you can literally spend your day here. So it's pretty much a one-stop shopping, and it's just a really fun place to be.
One-stop shopping, I love that. And a restaurant right inside, or great food in the same parking lot too.
Definitely worth a trip. Tulsa is full of creative people, and you'll find so many of them all right there on Harvard.
Way too easy. Thanks to the market for inviting us in for a preview. We'll be back. After this short break, we'll return to wrap up our Thanksgiving show, so stay tuned.
Hi, Dr. Robert Zellner here. For over 20 years, I've offered affordable, convenient eye care in Tulsa. Right now, you can get one pair of glasses or contact lenses starting at just $99, or my two-pair deal for $129. Hey, and as always, the eye exam's included. Walk-ins are always welcome. Glasses are ready in about an hour. Plus, we have over 2,000 frames to choose from. We're open 7 days a week. Come see why we're voted Tulsa's best. And our drive-thru at 69th and Memorial makes pickup simple and easy. For the best eye care value in Tulsa, Dr. Robert Zellner and Associates.
At Video Revolution, we know that getting to the top of your game requires hard work and dedication. Same thing that keeps us at the top of our game, motivating you with technology that takes you places you never dreamed possible. Share the technology and everyone wins. 4K HD TV, home audio, wireless, and smart technology for your home or office. Find the tech that inspires you at Video Revolution, northwest corner of 71st and Lewis. Video Revolution.
Hi, we appreciate you sending us emails and messages suggesting new ideas for us to cover. Keep it up. As always, you can email us at info@exploretulsa.com or message us on Facebook at Explore Tulsa.
Hi, I'm Mark Bloomingdale. I'm the Chief Operating Officer for Meals on Wheels in Metro Tulsa. We're an organization that provides meals to homebound individuals who can't cook or shop for themselves. Our motto is, together we can deliver. This year we'll deliver about 300,000 meals. Thank you for watching Explore Tulsa. Please come on down. We'd love the opportunity to talk with you about volunteering and donating.
Well, happy Thanksgiving, everyone. Thanks for spending part of it with us.
Our thanks, of course, to our sponsors who make this show possible. Be sure and support our local sponsors.
Dr. Zellner and Associates and Video Revolution are both Tulsa companies that have been around for a long time, and we want to thank them for helping us do this show every week.
We are always looking for interesting segments. If you know of someone we should talk to, send us a message. Now go eat too much, enjoy your family, and we'll see you next time right here on Explore Tulsa.
You own that train too?
I don't own that. I'd have it stopped right now if I did.
You wouldn't surprise me at all.
It's charming, Don. That's our charming. It does that twice a day, usually when you're filming.
Back to back. You did that really well.
I thought we only got 2 a day. What happened to that? Yeah.